Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video we're gonna be looking at NECA Ultimate Feral Predator. Now, you guys know me, I'm not someone who is collecting NECA Predator figures, and I only have one in my collection, but this guy was the one that I really wanted to have. I loved the movie, I loved the design of this stripped down, huge, hulking Predator, and yeah, I wanted to check him out, and I wanted to see how good he is for posing, because he doesn't have a lot of armor on him, so the articulation should be good. But first things first, here is the packaging. This is the front of the box, just a black background and the logo. Prey Ultimate Feral Predator. This is the side of the box. Here is the back of the box with promo shots of the figure, a little bit of text about the movie. Down here they listed all the accessories, which is great. Logo on the other side, same at the top, ages 17 and up. On the bottom you get some instructions on how to use the accessories, and what I always love about NECA is that they are giving credit to all the people who are included in making this figure. Sculptors, painters, and even the designers who worked on the packaging, so that's always great. I would love to see that with more companies like let's say Hasbro. When you open up the front flap here on the inside, you see the figure. We have a promo shot and then the figure with all its accessories, but there is also another tray underneath this one. This guy comes with a lot of stuff, so let's open up the box and let's see how the figure looks like. So here is our Ultimate Feral Predator from Prey out of the box, and man, this is such a huge figure. And not just that it's huge, but the way that it's sculpted is phenomenal. The amount of details, the amount of care that guys from NECA put into the design of this figure is just amazing. I love the way that this guy looks even just by standing here like this, and even though there isn't much armor on him, there is still a lot of details to be enjoyed in. So let's take a closer look at the figure. I mean, look at the head sculpt. Look at how great this mask is sculpted with all of this texture and all of these small details on it. It looks like it's made out of bone. It's all well painted, scuffed up, damaged, and of course you can take it off. And here is a face reveal. This is one nice looking guy, a face that only a mother can love. Here we can see the inside of the mask. There is still a little bit of sculpting and paint on the inside. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And he comes with few interchangeable pieces so that you can display him with open mouth, but we'll get to that. The face overall, I mean, look at this. He is a little bit shiny, so he does look like he's wet, but that doesn't bother me that much. You get all of these different shades of dark paint. It really looks like meat, like lighter brown, darker brown, and then black on the nose, I guess. The eyes are really well painted, and the top of the head as well. And then you get his hair that goes all around the head. And these are all separate, but they are connected at the top of the head. I mean, even underneath, look at this. He has some shoulder hair. That's really disgusting looking, but it is there. It's all sculpted. And then the back that are painted. And then you have this lighter tone where the spine is. The muscles look really good. You can see how his chest are sculpted. There are some silver details on the body. I'm not sure what this should represent. Maybe his scars that are fixed and they are healing. We get two here, few of them are on the back. We have some more on the legs. Yeah, it does pop out and it is shiny, but it doesn't bother me that much. I mean, this guy was probably in so many fights that he is all banged up and injured. His gauntlets look beautiful. Look at how beautifully this is sculpted and painted and weathered at the top of that, so that it all looks really, you know, realistic. Hands look good as well. Fingernails are painted and you get all of these black spots across his body. This skirt piece, look at how beautifully this is sculpted. All of these look like separate pieces and they are not. This is one piece, and then you get another like cloth imitating piece underneath. It all looks tacky, but like primitive technology. We get more of these silver armor type pieces. The belt is busy. There is a lot of things hanging from the belt. Technical pieces, some kind of probably weapons. Here we have a skull. I don't remember, was it a dog or no, was it a wolf? Something that he kills at the beginning of the movie. I've seen it only once, so I can't remember off the top of my head which animal it was, but I'm guessing this should represent that. And the skull is beautifully, not just sculpted, but there is like a red paint dry brushed on it so that it imitates blood. Here in this net we have the ball, which is, I'm guessing, that weapon that when he throws it, it turns into a net that captures and kills the opponent. It's all really well done. And then the legs, these straps, and then the feet, they are flat. We have peg holes down here, so that's good for securing that this guy doesn't fall off your shelf. But as I said, he has a flat feet, so even though it's a big bulky guy, the feet hold his weight pretty well, so I'm not worried about that. And then the way that the mask is sculpted, you can see that there are no pegs on it, but it is sculpted in a way that it fits perfectly his face, his head sculpt. It's a tight grip, it snaps on and it holds, so that is good to see. He has a long neck, which is accurate to the movie, and the articulation of the neck is great, so that is also good news for posing. Let's now take a look at his accessories. And he does come with a lot of stuff. First, that bone mask that we just saw, that's included as an accessory. You get his crossbolt gun that is beautifully sculpted, and there is some silver paint on it, and that light pink metallic paint. The handle and the trigger and the barrel, everything looks really good. You get two versions of his combi stick. This is the collapsed version, and again it has the same paint job on it as his gun. And I mean, just look at all of these textures, all of these little sculpted writings, details on it, that just looks amazing. Look at how much dry brushing does for a sculpt. So this is the collapsed version, and then you get an open version of combi stick, and it comes separated into two parts, which, as you can see, can be connected. And now you get opened long weapon like this, and it also looks great. And then you also get his opened and collapsed shield that we saw him using in the movie. Again, NECA does such a great sculpts on all of their, not just figures, but accessories. Look at the detail of this. Look at the texture. I mean, this looks perfect. And of course, as you can see, this is the middle part when it is collapsed. I'm really satisfied with the work that NECA did on this. This is a piece that attaches to his gauntlet, and you get the same thing on the collapsed version. And then you also get his backpack weapon that all the Predators have. And this one, again, great sculpt, great paint and dry brushing. It really looks like it's metallic, like it's used. You also get his two Wolverine blades that connect to the gauntlet, but unlike previous Predators, these are not folded on the inside of the gauntlet. That is a little bit of different engineering. You also get few interchangeable hands. You get a pair of fisted hands, a pair of gripping hands, and then few more gripping hands, depending on which accessory each hand should hold. And then two hands for holding the weapons, like a trigger finger hand. And then, as I mentioned earlier, you get two alternate mandibles, half open mouth and fully open mouth. And I can show you guys the way to put those on the figure is just to remove the mouthpiece that is on the figure, like this. And now we have even scarier looking face. It looks like a bird with a beak. And you can see on the mandibles that they are marked with numbers, one being the first one that was already connected to the figure. So let's put number 2, and now our Predator has a slightly opened mouth. And a great thing is that with all of the alternate mandibles, the mask still fits over his head. So the open mouth are not in the way of the mask, which is great. And here is how the figure looks with fully open mouth, and this is fantastic. I mean, look how badass this looks. This is great. And again, another test with the mask, and yeah, it clips on perfectly. This looks amazing. I'm loving it. Now for the backpack, as you can see, there is no peg on it, and there are no peg holes on the back of the figure. And the reason why is because it's all magnetic. It connects to his back with the magnets. So you can put this on either side. You can feel where the magnet is the strongest, and there it is. There is the connection. It looks great. And from my understanding, his gun is also magnetic, so you can also attach it to his back like this. It holds it just fine. And now for his blades, you get 2 holes on the gauntlet on the right arm, and so you align this and peg it in, and the other one. And I feel like it is a tight fit. It could be maybe a little bit better, but it is good enough. These are not falling off, so that's how that looks. Now let's take a look at his articulation. The head is on a ball peg, and it gives you a great range of movement even without the neck. You can twist side to side, turn it a little bit down, a little bit up, with another ball joint at the bottom of the neck. And with this being such a long neck, you get a fantastic range. I mean, look at how much he can look down and up. The head can tilt side to side. There is no butterfly joint, but arms go out this much, they rotate 360. We have a bicep swivel, beautiful double jointed elbow that gives us this much. There is a little bit of swivel in the gauntlets, and then for the hands you get the in and out hinge and rotation. For the torso we have a cut up here and here behind the belt, and so with the upper part you get a little bit of side to side movement, a little bit of tilt, and then the lower part gives you even better range, and so together it's a little bit better side to side movement. He can crunch forward a little bit, back a little bit more, legs move out this much. There is no tie cut, but there is a little bit of side to side movement. Legs move forward this much, back this much, double jointed knee that gives us this much, a rotation in the ankle, feet move forward this much, back this much, and we have a great ankle pivot. And as we saw it before, peg holes at the bottom of his feet. So the articulation on this figure is amazing. I previously had the opportunity to mess around with only one Predator figure, and I was extremely satisfied with the articulation on that one, but this one is far superior from what I can tell. The joints are not loose, and I'm sure that this figure will be a lot of fun for posing. Let's now compare our Ultimate Feral Predator with some other figures. Here he is with only one other Predator figure that I have in my collection, and it's the NECA Ahab Ultimate Edition. And I mean, I had a lot of fun with this figure, and if you guys didn't watch that posing video, go check it out. I'll leave a link down in the description. As I said, it was my first and only Predator figure so far, and I was really enjoying it, because from time to time it's good to have some new experience a little bit. I'm someone who's posing most of the Hasbro figures, Black Series, Marvel Legends, and some imports, but this is something different, and I had a lot of fun with this one. I can only imagine what I will be able to do with this guy, with his articulation being as good as it is, so stay tuned for a posing video, of course. So because I'm someone who usually doesn't collect Predator figures, all that I can compare this guy with are some of my 6-inch figures. So here we have Hasbro's The Black Series Darth Vader from A New Hope, and the Black Series Return of the Jedi Deluxe Boba Fett. And here is how he scales with NECA Mirage, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Bootleg from AliExpress, and Nota Studio Nota Man with custom soft goods. I almost forgot to mention that he is coming with these 2 little hooks that you can attach to his belt, and that is for this combi stick to be stored on the belt. Another great attention to details. And here is our Ultimate Feral Predator from Prey with some of his accessories. And this is such a beautiful figure that has such menacing presence on the shelf. Just this kind of simple pose makes him look so good. The blades are out, his mouth are opened, and yeah, just overall I'm extremely satisfied with this guy. You can see his backpack is on his back. So yeah, I love how this guy turned out. A great job for NECA. If you are a Predator fan, I would say that this is a must-have in your collection. I've heard other people say that this is probably the best Predator that NECA ever did, at least in terms of articulation. This is a great representation from the movie. He is huge, he has presence on your shelf, and I would say that this is a strong recommendation on my part. So now I would love to hear you guys. What do you think about this figure? Do you have it in your collection or do you plan on getting it? Let me know what do you think about this guy down in the comments, especially if you are a Predator fan. Let me know what do you think about this guy in terms of comparison with the rest of your Predator figures in your collection. I would really like to hear that, so let me know. Special thanks goes out to my supporters on Patreon, because you guys are really helping me to continue making these videos for my channel, so thank you. Stay tuned for a posing video for this guy, that one will be on the channel soon. Of course, to all of you guys, thank you all for watching, thank you for being here with me, and I'll see ya in the next video.